Hey guys and gals, welcome back to Bowser Jr. number 1. A bit of a different video today for a few reasons. First of all, last week, at the end of Friday, I said that I would try to do like a top 10 or like tier list video or something. Like for the whole week, I tried to think of something to do a top 10 or tier list video on, and I couldn't think of anything. And then like yesterday it kind of hit me, oh, I could do maybe a discussion type video going over some of my very controversial Nintendo opinions, because I tend to be very different with how I look at things than a huge chunk of the Nintendo community. So I think this would be fun. Will I piss off a good chunk of people? Probably, but it's just a fucking video. The second thing that this is different than a normal video is I am filming this as I'm driving to work. I meant to do it earlier this morning before work, but shit just kind of got busy, so I didn't have the opportunity to. It's Thursday. This video releases tomorrow, so I need to get it done. So, just like what I did for the 11th anniversary video on the channel, I'm just going to kind of record the audio of myself talking and then overlay it with some pictures. So yeah. Anyway, I got a few topics, very controversial Nintendo topics and opinions that I have that I'm going to go over. The first one is it's probably only about 50% controversial. You know, half of the people think this way, half of the people don't think this way. And in my opinion, is that Fire Emblem, the game series, it sucks. I've never played a Fire Emblem game, but I hate the series, and there are too many characters in Smash Bros. Now, am I a bitch for thinking this way? Probably, yes. Do I care? No, not really. But I know there's a good chunk of people watching this who's like, I agree with this man. I have never played Fire Emblem myself, but fuck that game series. So yeah, that's probably the least controversial thing that I will talk about in this video. Fuck Fire Emblem, and there better not be another Fire Emblem character in the new Smash game, because there's already fucking 11. All I wanted was Geno. But nope, fucking Byleth. Ugh. Alright, I'll stop bitching. I'll stop bitching. I swear that's the only Smash topic in this video. Believe it or not, that is the only somewhat Smash-related topic on this video. The second one is definitely very opinionated, and I believe that this topic, it's going to be very different for each person based on, their experience, and I guarantee a good chunk of people's opinion will be influenced by nostalgia, like mine. And that topic is that my favorite Nintendo console is the Wii. Now, this might not be insanely controversial, or maybe I'm just looking through it through my lens, that the Wii is a fucking fantastic console, the best Nintendo console. There are a lot of good Nintendo consoles. GameCube, Switch are obviously the other two really big ones. I guess N64 too. But I just prefer the Wii. There are so many fantastic Wii games. There's my favorite video game of all time, Super Paper Mario. Fantastic. Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, the best 3D platformers ever. Also has a lot of really good Mario Sports games. Mario Sports Mix, which is my favorite Mario Sports game. It's got Mario Basketball, Mario Strikers, Mario Tennis. I think everything but Mario Golf. It's also got really good Zeldas too. It's got Twilight Princess, which is honestly one of my favorite Zelda games. It's really good. It's got Skyward Sword, which I never finished, but I did enjoy as I played it. So there's some good Zelda games on it too. You also have Animal Crossing City Folk, which is a really fun and relaxing game. And then of course you have the classics. You have Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, which are just absolutely classic and really fun games to play. You also have like Wii Party too, which is a really fun party game that Nintendo should bring back. But even if they did bring it back, it would probably suck, just like Wii Sports. Or should I say Switch Sports? Fuck Switch Sports. So yeah, the Wii has so many fantastic games. And like, I'm not even done. The Wii was also basically, I think, the first Nintendo console to introduce, like, internet to it. And we got the Wii Store, or the Wii Shop, or whatever it's called, which allowed you to download past Nintendo games and play them, which is awesome. And, you know, the Wii U had that too. And, you know, it's stupid that the Switch doesn't. Like, I can't go and buy a Wii game that I want to play. The Wii Shop was honestly a really fucking awesome thing that Nintendo should have brought back with the Switch. Also, the Wii introduced Miis, which I absolutely love. You know, they're just fun characters that you get to make, and they look really cool. And you can also make really fucked up and funny ones. So that's fun, too. And it also introduced motion controls, and I believe that it is still the best console to have motion controls, right? Like, the Switch has it, but it just doesn't feel right on Switch. Like, grab your copy of 3D All-Stars if you have it and play Mario Galaxy with motion controls. Then hop on the Wii and play Mario Galaxy. Which one feels more natural? Which one feels more right? It's the Wii. So that is why I believe that the Wii is the best Nintendo console. And, you know, this topic is obviously very opinionated, and like a great chunk of nostalgia probably backs up everybody's opinion. But even if you don't say that the Wii isn't your favorite console, you can admit that the Wii is fucking fantastic. It has so many awesome things going on. So that's the second topic for the video. I hope the audio is coming along fine. I think it should be, because the other video I did while driving, which was the 11th anniversary video, the audio turned out fine. Plus, there's no exhaust noise in this video because I got that fixed, so you should be able to hear me better. Okay, so let's see, what topic am I on now? Oh, this one's a doozy. I prefer the new Super Mario Bros. Games over Mario Wonder. Actually, over every 2D Mario game, I prefer the new Super Mario Bros. Games. Yeah, that's it's definitely a controversial take, I'll tell you. And I have to say, before I do a deeper dive onto this topic, platformers are probably my favorite video game genre. And like, just standard platformers, I love. And I think that's like kind of the best way to describe the new Super Mario Bros. Games, is they're just mindless, standard 2D platforms. And I love that about them. And it's like, they're not even just vanilla. There's also a lot of good things about them, right? Like, sure, the world themes are recycled, but who gives a shit? There are some really cool worlds out there, right? Look at New Super Mario Bros. U with the painted swampland. That one's really cool. That might be the only different one, but that doesn't matter. The levels aren't really boring, right? Like, they're just standard 2D platformer levels, but they also have some cool gimmicks, right? I will always go to New Super Mario Bros. Wii, the world, I think it's the World 7 airship, where you have that bumper car fight with Junior. That is such a cool boss fight. That is one of my favorite boss fights of all time, just because it's so fun. You get to have like a bumper car battle. It's so fucking cool. Then you have like the bone roller coaster levels. Any ghost house in any Mario game, regardless, is going to be good. And the new Super Mario Bros. Games have a lot of those. The special levels are really good too, especially in New Super Mario Bros. U, right? With like P-Switch Peril, brings a lot of really cool challenges to it. Plus, it has the New Super Mario Bros. Games have my favorite type of collectibles, which is Star Coins, which is just a few things in every level to collect, and I like that. you know, like, I would like Yoshi games better if they didn't have, like, so much fucking shit to do in every level, where it's like, oh, you gotta get 3 daisies, but also you can't take a hit, but also you have to, like, beat the level in a certain amount of time. It's like, oh, that's too much shit. I just want to collect, like, 3 star coins and be done. No, I'm simple. I'm basic. And, like, the new Super Mario Bros. Games also have fantastic power-up selections. Some of my favorite power-ups come from these games. You have the blue shell from New Super Mario Bros. DS, which is really fucking fun to just, like, blast around in a Koopa shell. You also have the propeller suit, which is one of the best flying power-ups. The Tanuki suit is definitely the best flying power-up. But propeller suit is really cool, too, because you can get that height right away, which is really fun. The penguin suit is amazing. You got the awesomeness, which is not a word, of the ice flower, where you can freeze people and throw them, but you also can slide like a fucking penguin. What's not to love about that? You got the flying squirrel suit, which is okay. It's a decent enough power-up. You got the mega mushroom, which is really fun to just, like, blow through shit. And they brought back the Tanuki suit in New Super Mario Bros. 2, right? And the music is really good. It's like, it's not like, it won't stand out to you like other Nintendo game music, but it is really good and really catchy. And I can't lie, every time I hear the first level theme of New Super Mario Bros. Wii, I get very nostalgic. So yeah, and, like, there's nothing wrong with the other 2D Mario games. I really did like Mario Wonder. I just found it a little bit too gimmicky with its levels. I'm a basic bitch. Give me some standard platforming stuff. I love Mario Bros. 3, right? But, like, I feel like the new Super Mario Bros. Games are a little bit newer and more polished. Plus, they have collectibles, and, you know, I like collectibles. The first Mario Bros. Game is good, but it's, like, obviously it's vintage, right? So, like, you're not gonna have, like, those insane power-ups and insane levels and level variety, but it's still good. But anyway, like, to me, the new Super Mario Bros. Games, they just stand out over every single 2D Mario platformer. You know, I'm just going to reiterate, there's nothing wrong with any other Mario 2D platformer. I love those games too. It's just that I prefer the new Super Mario Bros. Games. So that is number 3 on this list. Oh, number 4 is going to piss a few people off. My favorite Mario Party game is Mario Party 10. Yeah, I know a lot of people prefer the old Mario Party formula, and I really like the old Mario Party formula. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Like, you know, collecting coins to buy a star, that's really fun. I just really enjoy Mario Party 10. I think it kind of, it puts a bigger aspect on skill. And you might be thinking, the fuck did he just say? You're all stuck in a cart rolling a dice and he said skill? Well, the goal of Mario Party 10 is to collect as many mini stars as you can, right? And the best way to win is to just fucking ace those mini games and get a shit ton of mini stars. So it kind of highlights skill a bit, which is kind of nice too. Sure, you can definitely get fucked around by, like, different spaces and, like, you know, just getting bullshit rolls, like typical Mario Party fashion, right? You got the chance and the luck in there, but it definitely highlights skill with its mini games. Which you could say, well, so does the old ones, but the old ones reward you with coins. You're still gonna need to rely more on luck and good dice rolls to get to a star to use your rewards, which were the coins. Where Mario Party 10 instantly rewards you with the mini stars. Also, I really do like Mario Party 10's mini games. I believe it has the best mini game selection in any Mario Party. That's just a personal thing. I really like the paintball one. I think that's probably, like, my favorite Mario Party mini game. The actual map selection, yeah, I'll admit, nothing special. You got a grass map, you got a haunted house map, you got an under the water map, you got an airship map, you got Bowser's Castle. The maps, the boards, whatever you want to call them, are extremely basic, but I think they're fun, right? Especially the boss fights. I believe what was it? Mario Party 9 introduced boss fights, and I believe Mario Party 10 aced the concept because the boss fights are much more fun in Mario Party 10 than in 9. And yeah, I have a lot of good memories surrounding Mario Party 10, and nostalgia probably backs up the opinion I have about Mario Party 10 being my favorite. But yeah, like I enjoy, the older Mario Party games, right? Like I played Mario Party 1 and 2 and 3, and they're really fun. I played Mario Party 7, I enjoyed that. I played Mario Party 8 and 9, which are okay. Actually, Mario Party 8 is better than 9. I actually really like Mario Party 8. 9 is just okay. What's the first one they released on Switch? It's okay. I had a higher opinion of it when it first released. Looking back on it now, it's just okay. The other two Mario Party games on Switch, Jamboree and I think Superstars, they're really good. They're really fun. I really like Jamboree. Jamboree is actually probably the second favorite Mario Party game of mine. But yeah, I really do enjoy Mario Party 10. I have a lot of fun with it. Alright, let me just check the list here. Okay. The next issue is surprisingly like the only issue on this list that doesn't have to do with Mario, besides the Fire Emblem thing I said at the beginning. It has to do with Pokemon. And that is specifically looking at the two Pokemon games, the two Pokemon Legends games, being Legends Arceus and Legends ZA. I think that is the formula that Pokemon should go with. Pokemon Legends ZA kind of reignited my love of the series. When it came to Pokemon, I kind of just took a break for like a really long time. I played Pokemon Violet. It was fun. I liked it. That's about it. That's about all I can say with it. But Pokemon Legends ZA, I actually really love. It is actually one of my favorite video games of all time. I have so many great memories with it. And I think that the Legends formula is something that the Pokemon Company should just do. Like, there's nothing wrong with the old Pokemon games, right? Like, they're fun, but, like, specifically, they kind of get repetitive, right? They all have the same things. 8 gym leaders that you have to beat before you go to the Elite Four. You also have to stop an evil corporatization, right? Team Rocket, Team Flare, Team Plasma, and then you also have a rival that you're dealing with. Those old games are still fun, right? Like Pokemon Black and White, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, Pokemon Sun and Moon, Pokemon X and Y are really good games. It's just the formula is kind of like really stale. And one of the reasons I loved ZA so much was because of the story and the characters. It is the first Pokemon game where I give a shit about the human characters, because I find them interesting, and I like their story, and I loved exploring Lumio City and meeting all these different people and hearing their stories in that, and not just being like, oh, I have to go to a gym leader, then a gym leader that I'll beat and have a little bit of dialogue with. These characters you interact with the whole game, and I really enjoyed like getting to know these characters, right? And I kind of like that smaller part of just Lumio City, instead of like spending like maybe an hour in one part of the region, then an hour in the next part of the region. No, you're just stuck in Lumio City for the entire game, and there's just so much to do. So I think for the next Pokemon game, if they go with that kind of like different story element, instead of like gym leaders and all that, and also the combat, stick with the Pokemon Legends combat, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with an RPG, but I just prefer the combat in Legends ZA, right? Where it's kind of just like, first come, first serve. If you're the one that get access to the move right away, boom, dead. It's kind of like, you gotta look to the level and then also type basing instead of just like turn-based combat. It goes so much quicker, and I really enjoyed that. You could also go with Legends Arceus combat, which is much more traditional RPG, but also has different elements. I'll take either of them. I would prefer Legends ZA combat, but I'll take Arceus too. That's basically my opinion there. Like, nothing against the old Pokemon games again. It's just that, I want fresh stories, fresh characters, right? Pokemon Company should go that way instead of just gym leader. I mean, I'm still gonna play Pokemon Winds and Waves. I'm actually really looking forward to that game because, like, the trailer and the graphics and everything make it look fucking amazing. I just hope that they do a little bit more with it instead of just gym leader. So yeah, that's my opinion for Pokemon games. All right, we have the last topic of the video, which is definitely going to tick a lot of people off. Now, when I say the words Paper Mario, what game comes to mind? I guarantee 90% of people think Thousand Year Door. But I think Super Paper Mario. And the last topic of this video is that Super Paper Mario is the best Paper Mario game. I already stated in this video and like millions of times on this channel that Super Paper Mario is my favorite video game of all time. That'll never change. In fact, when I played it on the channel, just a few months ago, it reinstated, like, I already loved the game, but it freshened up my love for it, right? Because I got to sit back and play it again. And, like, even though it's been, like, at least 3 to 4 months since I've played it, the game's still, like, it's stuck in my head. I love it. I want to go back and play it and finish it. And like, nothing against Thousand Year Door, because Thousand Year Door is actually a really great game. It's just Super Paper Mario is better. It has a better story, right? Like, in terms of emotions, just alone, look at Super Paper Mario's last chapter, 8-4. When you finish that chapter, you're just like goosebumps and like emotional and just being like, tearing up. It's just like, this is sad but sweet but sad. And then you go to Thousand Year Door and it's like, this is a really interesting story, but like, in terms of emotion, I got way more from Super Paper Mario. I also prefer Super Paper Mario's characters, right? Because you definitely interact with those characters a lot more, right? Like, you have the partners from Thousand Year Door, but like, you only interact with them in like cutscenes and that, right? Otherwise, they're just doing the same old shit. And like Pixels, I'm not talking about Pixels because, they're basically the same as the partners, with not having much dialogue or character or whatever. I'm talking about like the main story characters, especially Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Bowser have way more story and character in this game than I think like any other fucking Mario game, right? Bowser and Peach's dynamic is great, specifically because you have both of them on the same team, and you have Bowser trying to impress Peach. Peach is kind of just sick of Bowser's bullshit. It's always a great time when both of them are on the same team like that. Luigi, even though you get him so late in the game, is fantastic. That reunion with him and Mario is very beautiful in that. And it's just like, I feel like you just get so much more character from these characters that we all know and love in Super Paper Mario than Thousand Year Door, right? And you also have the side characters like Merlin, who like deeply cares for Tippy and is saddened when she sacrifices herself with Black. You have Tippy too, who is also a very interesting character, and then you have Black, and then the villains like O-Chunks and Mimi, who you think are just like kind of big bads, but are like kind of have like layers going down deep to their character. And then you have Bleck and Dimentio, who are fantastic villains. Count Bleck is one of my favorite villains of all time. He's not my favorite. There might be maybe 3 villains above him, but Bleck is a fantastic villain who, he's kind of more of a broken man more than a villain, right? Like, he's just emotionally fucked over what happened to him, and that really drives the story, and it just has such a beautiful story, and the characters and the interactions are amazing, and it leaves just such more of an impact than Thousand Year Door does. Super Paper Mario is also really funny. There might be little like more comedic moments in Thousand Year Door, but there are definitely some hilarious moments in Super Paper Mario that I absolutely love, right? Also, I will say that both Super Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door have really creative levels. Thousand Year Door, I will always love the level when you're on the train. That will always be my favorite chapter. But Super Paper Mario also has a lot of really creative ones as well. When you're in a mansion and Mimi's chasing you down, right? When you have to find toilet paper for a guy stuck in an outhouse in outer space. You know, when you have to scale a giant fucking tree. Or you're literally in the Mario version of Heaven and Hell. Or you're fighting 100 different samurai soldiers. It's just so creative and so unique. The music is also phenomenal, right? Like, after playing Super Paper Mario, even months later, I am still listening to the soundtrack. Count Bleck's theme, Dimentio's theme, Sammer's Kingdom, Promise, are all very beautiful pieces of the soundtrack that I love deeply. And I already mentioned earlier on in this video that I'm much more of a platformer fan. So, personally, I prefer the platformer gameplay of Super Paper Mario to the RPG elements of Thousand Year Door. This list item is definitely way more personal, but I feel like even if you compare the two games, I feel like emotionally you'll definitely get more from Super Paper Mario, right? So yeah, honestly, this last list item was kind of just an excuse for me to rant on about Super Paper Mario, because I love that game. I love it so much, and I want to go back and play it. I do. So yeah, those were my controversial Nintendo takes. I'm curious to see what you guys think in the comments. Do you agree with me? I guarantee probably 90% of you will agree about that Fire Emblem take I had. But do you agree with the rest of the stuff that I said? You know, if not, I'd like to hear your take. You know, I just like, or if you're very angry with me, you know, just at least be funny with your insults, right? Like, you could always just say, "Oh, just kill yourself." Come on, man, that's basic. That's very mean, and I never encourage someone to say that. But, like, if you're mad at me, if you're fuming at the mouth, if you're being like, "I cannot believe that he said New Super Mario Bros. Wii is better than fucking Mario Wonder," at least be creative with the way that you lash out at me, okay? Be creative. I encourage it. So, yeah. This was a different video for the channel, but I kind of like it. I kind of like these discussion videos. This is kind of the second one I've done. The first one was like kind of looking back at the Switch 2's first year. And like, you know, this might be like kind of like a video thing that I start to do from now on more, which is like kind of just like, you know, sit back and have a discussion. It's kind of nice. It's kind of a nice change of pace. But anyway, next week on Friday, I'm probably going to do a one-off gaming video. What is it going to be about? I have absolutely no clue, but just like this video, I'll figure it out. But anyway, thank you guys and gals so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and remember, you're all awesome. Bye-bye.